think it's easy to say we're happy when really we're not. Like, hey, how you doing? I'm great, you know. It's sunny out. It's a little hot, you know, but I'm good. I'm good. Are you happy? Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think so. I think like most people walking around are fucking miserable. Fucking miserable. I'm guilty. I'm trying to find a way to make myself happy. It's a fucking lot of work. I don't think it's a lot of work for everybody. I was listening to a funny speech that Gary Vee said. It's like, what's basketball worth to Gary Vee? Is like two torn meniscuses and a fucking broken shoulder or some shit. And he's like, what's basketball worth to LeBron James? It's like $1 billion. So it's like, yeah, some people may be happy every day. Some people may be happy with what they're doing, and that's completely cool. Some people, it just doesn't fucking work for them. And it takes a lot. Like, it takes a lot for me to, like, undo what I have, I don't want to say lied to myself about, but undo what I've done in convincing myself that this is making me happy. If I just held out a little bit longer, that I'd be happy. That if I could just detail one more car a week, that I would be happy. That if I could just save an X amount of dollars, that I would be happy. And I don't think that I have ever reached that point. And I'm getting to the point where I don't think a lot of people have reached that point. I think a lot of people say they've reached that point, or say they want to reach that point, or talk about starting to get to that point, but I also believe that a lot of people die with regrets in having not made some decisions along the way that can truly I say bring happiness, can really make you happy. There's only been a few handful of clients that I've worked for over the years that really are happy, that bring that are the creators of their own joy, that are the reason that they're happy, and that's amazing. And I've always kind of looked at them and wondered, like, what was different about them? Did they have more work ethic? Did they have more luck? Did they have more money? Did they, you know, like, there's totally variables that fall into all of these things. But I also think one of the variables that we fall into the trap of is just, you know, I just got to do it to get it done, and if I do it enough, it'll be good, and I'll be able to do whatever, or retire, or I don't know. I just know that I can't crunch enough numbers and convince myself in a confident enough way to continue what I'm doing without making a radical shift. And the radical shift is breaking free of my own limiting beliefs. I have been trying to break free of my limiting beliefs for quite some time. And it's a process. It's not overnight, you know. You don't just say, all right, I'm going to be a new person. I don't need to detail cars anymore. No, it's like there's a lot of weight on me. Like, the business that I run, successful or not, it's successful. Sometimes I don't feel like I've reached that level of success that is a attaboy worthy. I got a lot of attaboys when I was young and gung ho when it was easy, and I was like, what the fuck? This is easy. I don't see why more people aren't doing this. And then the older I got, the more people began doing it, or I just got older and didn't realize that there's always young people coming into it. But my youth had nothing to do with where I am now, other than the fact that I just got started a lot younger than others. Made a lot of poor decisions along the way. Not gonna say I'm perfect. I've made financial decisions that have probably cost me tens of thousands of dollars. But that's not really the big deal to me. I mean, at the end of the day, if you say, where did you spend your money that you earned? If you say you earned $1 million, well, I spent about $700,000 of it in expenses because I didn't have anyone behind me helping me understand what it meant to even run a business, much less how to save money or curb spending. And I spent the rest of it on myself because you're supposed to. Bought organic food, go on camping trips, go to concerts, go to music festivals. Buy things that you want. But again, the best things that I've purchased, I couldn't have actually bought it. It was the experience. So every year I would return from my yearly music festival camp out and I would be ready to go for work for another 360 days. So I took one vacation a year for like 10 years. It was a 5-day vacation. And I think about that now, and that's ridiculous. Like, literally ridiculous. Like, I grew up and lived by the lake, yet I thought that I needed to work so much that I didn't really even enjoy the lake or find friends outside of what I had already established to be happy. I thought that detailing cars and running my business was going to bring all that. And it brought elements of it, but it surely didn't bring me the independence and wealth and happiness that, I don't know, I put in my head somehow for some reason. It brought me a lot of stress. It also brought me a lot of lessons. It brought me a lot of independence. I met a lot of awesome people over 10, 15 years. I've been to more houses around Austin than I can even begin to count. And all of this was done in a search for finding my happiness. Because there was one thing that I knew, and it was when I was out in the driveway of somebody's house detailing their car, I was actually pretty happy. Like I said earlier, like, once you got there, you're happy. Once I see the finished product of a detailing job, pretty happy. But getting there, that's the trick. How do you get there? How do you get where you want to be while being happy? What sacrifices does one have to make to their goals to ensure that there's just that element of compassion and humanity in it, that you're not a machine, that things are going to take multiple years? in an ideal world, everything happens on schedule, but in the real world, nothing happens on schedule. It happens on its schedule. You can only plan what you can plan. And the process around getting to the end result, and the end result probably being something financially viable, something that you can pay your rent with. Your only job is to make that process fun. Your only requirement is to enjoy the journey, because that result is there for such a fleeting moment. Why would you want to wait all that time to experience the joy of the result when you can experience the joy of the process? I'm trying to find my voice. I think it's important that I understand that this, between me and you, is the real conversation I want to have. The process that is going to allow me to find my message starts right here. The process that you're going through right now confirms what I'm talking about is right. Very, very, very few people find the trifecta of what they love doing, what they're good at, and what can make money. And I think while it's important to make money, I think we're reaching a point in society where it's going to be more important to make sure that you're doing something that makes you happy, and you're doing something that you're good at, or that you're learning, always learning. The money will come. The money is a byproduct of doing the right steps. How you want to feel at the end of those steps is what you have to ask yourself. Are you trading the right thing for that end result? Are you being true to yourself? Are you being true to your partner? Are you being true to your family? Even in the last 3 years, as I have admittedly cut my business capacity down to just a handful of clients. It's made it even more apparent and important to see our journey out through the end. I kind of lost my train of thought there. Anytime I start talking about this kind of stuff with people, they will typically be standing there for 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes. I don't know what it is about my thought processes that tap into upper level thinking, or if I'm bringing ideas to the forefront that maybe were not expected, or maybe they weren't even anticipated. What I want to bring here is just raw, unadulterated truth about what's on my mind, because Jessica is becoming a little bit more resistant to wanting to hear it, and it's not a bad thing. I don't blame her. I have a lot of shit to say, and I would be tired of listening to me too. So I have to turn to this medium to make sure that I can get out everything I need to say so that my brain can process it, because I think through a lot of things. I think out loud. Pretty scatterbrained. There's a lot of things that can distract me. But when I see the focus for what it really is, and that's like family and happiness, the thing that gives me the most anxiety is having to wake up and go do something that I don't want to do because I have to. Right? I'm sure everybody feels like that. I don't want to go to work. Neither do I. What makes you so special? What makes me so special? It's not anything about being special. It's about understanding who we are and what we're doing here. Why we're fucking here. Like, what the fuck? Like literally, WTF. For the most technologically advanced society in the history of the world, which strangely enough only has about 5,000 years of written text, we're like nothing. So why do we take everything so fucking seriously? I don't know. But the psychology of human behavior, which I am not a scientist, not a neuroscientist, I'm not a psychologist. What I have observed is that the way that the human mind works, nothing's going to change anytime soon. And the only people that are going to change, they're like way ahead of it, and it requires being woken up, and it requires staring at the wall, beating your head against the desk, crying, not knowing what to do next, but still moving forward, that's what it takes. And there's so many people that don't even try. No wonder there's so many successful people when it comes to just sharing your mind and really, really connecting with our brothers and sisters and our fellow humans. Like, enough with the BS, enough with the business speak. You know, when people call me, the best conversations I have are when I say, hey, what's up? Talk to me about your car. Of course, after I say, hi, this is Nathan with Texas Shine Auto Detailing. How can I help you? Hey, what's going on with your car? How can we get to the bottom of this? It's not what I'm asking, it's how I'm asking it. It's a pattern interrupter. I don't want to keep going through life talking to the same people in the same way. I want to have some conversations. I want to find some joy in what I'm actually doing. I want to find some joy in being artistic with something that is difficult to make artistic. Where's the camera? There it is. Do you need followers or supporters, viewers? I don't know. Like, what do we need? Like, what is needed? I mean, I don't think I'm going to get 150,000 followers on YouTube by making these videos. But that's why you just got to get it going. Don't get it perfect, just get it going. And the more that I break free from my mindset of what I should be doing, or what I ought to be doing, or what everybody else is doing, the closer I come to my own truth and my own happiness and my own experience. The process is the journey. Don't rush through the journey. Don't rush through the journey. It's not worth it. It goes so fast. And I think things that can contribute to rushing through the journey can come across and show themselves as late nights at the office, neglecting personal care, neglecting your family, being busy, being on the phone. We've become such a distracted society that the thought of doing something for yourself for an extended period of time is, I mean, we don't have attention spans like that anymore. My name is Nathan Alhades. I'm 32 years old. And I want to discover the best path that I can take in my life that will bring happiness, that'll bring true, genuine connection, and that I can be proud to spend my time on. We all have the same exact amount of time. That is our common denominator. How you spend your time, how I spend my time, those are the variables. What goals do you have? What is it going to take in time to achieve your goals? What is it going to take in confidence to break some of the things that you know and love and do so that you can rebuild it in a way that makes you happier? That's the trick. How can you create a process in your life that allows you to be happier? What will it take to be true to yourself in regards to that happiness when it comes to the process? Remember, your goal will be met and passed just like that. The time it takes you to achieve that goal, that's what's important. That's not time to waste. Every day, with intention, you work towards your goal. And that intention is to bring happiness to yourself in your life every day. If you have to change what you're doing, if you have to pivot, if you have to realign your goal so that you can enjoy the process more, and that's what you got to do. I hope this reaches somebody.